Hello, Libra. This is your reading for the week of June 4th to June 10th. For all my Libras out there, remember this is a general reading. These are general messages. If you resonate with this, then that message is meant for you. If not, you can also check your moon and rising. So this can be for Libra, June 4th to June 10th. Libra. For all my Libras, sign of the scales. General message for Libra. Week of 4th of June to 4th of, or 10th of June. June 4 to June 10th. Libra. Let's see what messages come up for Libra. 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 Libra, this week definitely has something to do with romance, I want to say. I want to say that the message that's coming up, I'm wondering if you've been contemplating a marriage lately, actually, because I see here that there could possibly be a marriage this week. I feel like the energy of the lovers and the Two of Cups with the Ten of Cups, and we also have Justice, which kind of gives me the idea that there may be a marriage happening. Oftentimes we have to go down to the courthouse to get married. There's a union happening of some sorts, and we're moving towards, moving from one place to our lives, in our lives to another place in our lives. And a marriage is exactly that. It's, transitioning from being single to being a couple in a more official sense. And so I'm kind of getting the idea of a marriage here. I'm only seeing that for some reason there's kind of some kind of hesitating energy here is what I'm seeing from the Nine of Wands. I feel like not necessarily hesitating, but maybe there's a little paranoia here for whatever reason is what I'm seeing with this final marriage. And, I'm just asking the question to you, Libra. Um, you know, is there a little bit of paranoia with the commitment in general? Sometimes people have a tendency to, have a little fear or a little bit of hesitation prior to making a huge commitment of this kind of sort. But, I feel like you have been with this person for a while already, and I feel like you're ready to move towards the next step of a more stronger bond, a stronger union with this person. And, if you have been with somebody for a while, marriage is naturally the next step. This could also be, whether we have a marriage in an official sense with a contract, sometimes it's just the union between two parties. So this could be, moving in with somebody, or this could be taking simply the next step of the relationship. I feel like in any way, shape, or form, this is going to be the next step of the relationship, however. So I feel like, the relationship that you have with this person right now, whether it's going to actually be a marriage this week, I feel like, even if the physical act of marriage doesn't happen, there's definitely going to be a stronger bond being developed here between you and your partner. I feel like this is going to be the next step of the relationship. And I feel like, there may be a little bit of hesitation here. There may be a little bit of, hesitation or paranoia if it's going to work out. And I feel like this is kind of a healthy energy because overall I see this positive energy of, two people kind of having this union together and moving towards the next stage of the relationship. And even though we have a little bit of a nine energy here, I feel like it's a normal, healthy energy. And I feel, the next step after our Nine of Wands is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is the energy of moving towards our objective, moving towards the goal. So if we translate, if we take this and move it to that 10 of Wands, we have a complete picture at that point of the relationship moving towards the next level, or moving towards the next stage in the relationship. So I really feel like, this could be the marriage. I feel like, both the individuals, both you and your partner, are very responsible. I feel like you both have your feet on the ground, so to speak. You're more mature individuals. I feel like, you you both have the maturity and the responsibility and the wisdom that comes with taking the relationship to the next level. So, and that may be the reason for wanting to take the relationship to the next level, especially like I said, if it's marriage. Marriage is kind of the public act of taking the relationship to the next level. And we can opt to have it done in the official traditional matter of going to the courthouse, signing the contracts. If you're not opting for the legal route, there's still the communication and the emotional bond that comes with taking the relationship to the next level nonetheless. Two people can have the agreement between themselves that this is what needs to be done for us to move to the next stage. And it's done on an emotional and mental and even spiritual level on that case. Our justice, the courthouse is kind of like the physical act of doing it, which includes the others, but it is the public act. And when we take our relationship to the next level, there is also the private act that can be done on its own. Talking with the other person, simply saying, I think it's time that we move in together, or I think it's time that we do get married, or I think it's time that we deepen our relationship a little bit more, and we can start having these more emotional discussions, or really talking about solidifying plans for the future, coming from the the 10 of Cups. How are we moving forward? Do we want to have children? Do we want to purchase a home together? Where are we going to live? These are all the kind of discussions that we have when we're trying to solidify that relationship and try to move the relationship to the next level. And a little bit of hesitation is normal. It's healthy. And that's, I feel like this hesitation that I'm seeing here in the 9 of Wands, like I said, we're moving it towards the 10 of Wands, which is the natural progression of then moving towards that objective. But if this 9 of Wands energy, this can be discussed here in these cards. This can be discussed now in the relationship. So, this is a card that says, maybe you're feeling a little bit vulnerable, but this is okay, because I feel like the energy that I'm seeing right here, Libra, I feel like it's okay to discuss your vulnerability right now. I feel it's okay to talk about it, because you're both mature. You're both in the position to be able to handle the next step of the relationship, to be able to, start to solidify and start to talk about future plans. Talk about that future house. Where are you both living? Are you having a family? How many kids do you want? How does your relationship look long term? So Libra, that is the message that I'm seeing for you this week. This is a great week. Congratulations if that is the message that is for you this week, that you're moving your relationship to the next level. You're deepening the relationship with this person, starting to make solid plans for the future, and you're both in a position that you're both mature enough to be able to handle it. You're mature enough to discuss it. You're mature enough to talk about it, and you're both mature enough to be able to move to the next relationship, whether it's privately or whether it's publicly. A public going down to the courthouse and signing the paper. I see, since I'm not seeing the 4 of Wands, which is traditionally marriage celebration, I feel like, you're the next phase of moving your relationship to the next level. I feel like it's going to be a rather private matter. And so even taking this down publicly, if you do go down to the courthouse, I feel like it's just going to be both of you there may be a very, very small celebration, if any. And maybe that's where this Nine of Wands energy is coming from. Maybe you're contemplating, are we having a big celebration about this or not? But I feel like it's going to be a fairly private matter. There's not going to be a big celebration, but I feel like you're both ready to move it to the next level. You can start to talk about the future. You can talk about, your hesitations that you have. How is it going to look moving forward? But that's the message that I see for you, Libra, for this week of June 4th to June 10th. So congratulations if it is a marriage. Congratulations on this relationship. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and have a good week.